Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Pujaya Mudiraye Ashtavrayishtu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Yam Syanubhavam Akhilam Sutisaramekam Adhyatma Deepam Atithir Satam Tamandham Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tattam Vyasa Sunamapayami Gurur Muninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 22. Prithu Maharaj is meeting with the Kumaras, text number 29. Nimitte sati sarvatra Jaladavapi purushahe Atmanascha parasyapi Hidam pasyati nanyada Nimitte sati sarvatra Jaladavapi purushe Atmanascha parasyapi Hidam pasyati nanyada Nimitte sati sarvatra Jaladavapi purushe Atmanascha parasyapi Hidam pasyati nanyada. Please go ahead.
Nimitte sati sarvatra
Nimitte sati sarvatra Jaladavapi purusha Atmanascha parasyapi
Nimitte sati sarvatra
Jaladavapi purusha
Atmanascha parasyapi Nimitte sati sarvatra
Nimitte sati sarvatra
Jaladavapi purusha Atmanascha parasyapi
parasakti
Yam pasyati nanyada Nimitte sati sarvatra
Nimitte sati sarvatra Jagadavapi purusha Atmanascha parasyapi Dhiram pasyanti nanyada. Nimitte, on account of causes, sati, being, sarvatra, everywhere, jala adau api, water and other reflecting media, purusha, the person, atmanaha, oneself, cha, and parasya api, another self, bhiram, differentiation, pasyati, sees, na anyada, there is no other reason. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Only because of different causes does a person see a difference between himself and others. Just as one sees the reflection of a body appearing differently manifested on water, on oil, or in a mirror. Please repeat. Only because of different causes
Only because of different causes
does a person see
does a person see
a difference between himself and others,
the difference between himself and others.
just as one sees the reflection
Just as one sees the reflection
of a body
of the body
appearing differently manifested on water,
differently manifested on water,
on oil, or in mirror.
or in the air.
Purport. The spirit soul is one. The Supreme Personality of Godhead He is manifested in Swamsa and Vivinamsa expansions. The Jivas are Vivinamsa expansions. The different incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are Swamsa expansions. Swamsa means your own part. Vivinna means different from you. So just listen, remember this. Thus, there are different potencies of the Supreme Lord, and there are different expansions of the different potencies. In this way, for different reasons, there are different expansions of the same one principle, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This understanding is real knowledge. But when the living entity is covered by the upadhi or designated body, he sees differences exactly as one sees differences in reflection of oneself on water, on oil, or in a mirror. When something is reflected on the water, it appears to be moving. When it is reflected on ice, it appears fixed. When it is reflected on oil, it appears hazy. The subject is one, but under different conditions, it appears differently. When the qualifying factor is taken away, the whole appears to be one. In other words, when one comes to the Paramhamsa or perfectional stage of life by practicing Bhakti Yoga, he sees only Krishna everywhere. For him, there is no other objective. In conclusion, due to different causes, the living entity is visible in different forms as an animal, human being, demigod, tree, etc. Actually, every living entity is the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 5:18, therefore, it is explained that one who actually sees the spirit soul does not distinguish between a learned Brahmana and a dog, an elephant, or a cow. Anyone remember 5:18? Vidya vinaya sampanna brahmanna govi hastini suni chaiva supaki cha pandita samadarsinaha. That's all. Pandita samadarsinaha. One who is actually learned sees only the living entity, not the outward covering. Differentiation is therefore the result of different karma or fruitive activities. And when we stop fruitive activities, turning them into acts of devotion, we can understand that we are not different from anyone else, regardless of the form. This is only possible in Krishna consciousness. In this movement, there are many different races of men from all parts of the world participating, but because they think of themselves as servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they do not differentiate between black and white, yellow and red. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore the only means to make the living entities free of all designations. You see the vast knowledge of Srila Prabhupada and his broad vision about spreading the Krishna consciousness is not to impose your idea, your knowledge upon somebody else. Neither it is for ostracizing somebody, changing your religion, making him my follower, or anything. That's Prabhupada. A pure devotee always sees things purely above all this. Sarva upadi binir muktva. That's what Goswami says. Get out from all these external upadhis that has covered you blindly and giving you identity, fake identity. Like people sometimes open fake account in the social media and then prank you, huh? Mary, you owe me $5,000. If you don't pay by tomorrow, then I will report to the police. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurau Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Guru Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpataru Vaksha Kripa Sindho Vya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutali Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesya Sunyabadi Paschatya Satarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jiva Goswami, one of our very prominent scholarly devotee, Tattvacharya, is writing down the Tattva about Krishna in his Sadasandharvas, Granthas, 6 different scriptures. One of them is a Priti Sandarbha. What? Priti Sandarbha. What is the name of that Grantha? Priti. Priti means, what is the meaning of Priti? Prema? Priti means another similar like prema, love. Priti means love. How do we establish, or how do we bring that love for Krishna in devotional service? Priti Sandarbha. In that Priti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami quote one very famous verse. In that verse, it says that on this universe, do you know the grain, sand grain, dirt, sand? Imagine like there is a sand in the ocean beach. How many grains of sand are there? Can you count? So as many grains of sands are there, that many living entities are here in this universe. It means there are unlimited universe living beings. Species wise, we know how many, right? How many we know? 8,400,000 species, different categories. But if we count each animal, like every bacteria, amoeba, all these small insects, living beings, so many, unlimited. But surprisingly enough, this particular one person out of unlimited thinks he is very important. I think I am the very special person. In a similar way, even a small ant, I always give some sweet. They come out in winter time, they go inside this. I don't know, they die or they sleep or they are in dormant, or I do not know how they survive under the ground. But as soon as winter is over, unlimited ants come out, and then they are working so hard, they run around, and when they come back to the hole, they get something like white substance in their mouth, they carry and then come. Maybe they are making their nest or expanding or bringing some food, just like honeybee. They also go so many far distance, like honeybee can travel 7 days, 7 nights, and can come back to its own hive. Do not confuse with other hive, because they have a queen bee. Queen bee is the center. When queen bees died, then every bees are scattered. They don't no longer unite together. See, they have their Krishna principle in that working factor. So the living being thinks, even though we are unlimited being, and there are so many better animal than us, but particular soul thinks that I am the special. So Jiva Goswami says, this is what Maya is, that make you think you are something special. Very important thing to dive and think about. And the job of Maya is to make you think that, yes, I am, that's true, I am good, I am something special. So if somebody says, wow, Prabhu, you are great, very nice. Now it depends on you. If you take it for yourself, oh, of course, I am. Thank you, Prabhu. Oh, yeah. And you go home and start in your mind, wow, these devotees are like appreciating me every day. Seems like I am something very special. If we keep that thought in our mind, and that gives rise to false ego. Slowly, this false ego will cover our Gyan, knowledge. It will cover. That is why it's called Avaranatmika Maya. That means that the Maya, that the energy of Lord, that will cover us up and make us think that I am the special one. So these different bodies, this is because of my intense desire to have this body. The set of senses that I have, the sets of desire that I have is completely different from anybody else. That drives me to my extreme search for enjoyment, happiness in this material world. That was one of the reasons Krishna created this material world. So, Bhogartham. Bhoga means what? Bhoga means to enjoy, right? This is Bhoga. Hey, don't touch it. It's not prasadam, right? Bhoga means what? It is the object that is going to be enjoyed by Krishna. One of the reasons of the creation of this material world is Bhogartham. To let living entity enjoy as they want. Because I think I'm the special one. And I desired to enjoy separately from Krishna. So Krishna is very merciful, very, very friendly. That is the real proof of Krishna, God. And He does not care us. But because we living being as eternal part and parcel of Krishna, we always look for Krishna. Even though we are completely ignorant, we are sleeping, we are completely dead in our consciousness, but still that very desire that we want to be happy is what we are looking for Krishna. So that is why Krishna does not leave us alone. He comes himself and live within our heart, with us, and wait for us. The time when we realize, oh Lord, I fail, I want to come back to you. Then immediately the same super soul within your heart will communicate with you and immediately embrace you. That's what exactly happened. That was the extreme compassionate position of Krishna upon the living being. He himself is Atmarama. He doesn't care about you, about me. He doesn't need anything from us. That is the meaning of Atmaram. Atma means soul. Rama is satisfied. Ramante yogina, right? Ramante means Rama, means satisfied, happy. In order to be happy, you do not need anybody's help. That's called Atmarami. That is Krishna. But because Krishna knows that we want him, or we cannot be happy without him, so even though we revolt and we come away from him, and he follows us. That is why Upanishad says, Tad durena tad antare. Lord is very far. Golok Vrindavan Dham, physically, if we measure, is very far, beyond this material world. But tad antare means very close as well. How close? Some Acharya says the super soul is inside the spirit soul of the living being. Some says live nearby in the same region. That close. And Gyanis, all these Gyani, Dhyanis, meditators, those study the Vedanta Sutra, they think by the power of their knowledge, they want to achieve that Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the power of their knowledge. Because they have a pride that I am so educated, so learned, so studious, I know all the Vedanta, so I want to know God. On the other hand, for the devotees, when they simply perform very innocently, full of rasas, like we were talking about earlier, rasa means the taste mellow, not like depressed people. These Gyanis who are meditating Lord by the power of their knowledge for many millions of years, they even cannot approach the lotus toenail of the Lord. That impossible. That's how impossible to achieve Krishna by those people. But they still do not give up their desire. They still think, oh, Vedanta, you study Vedanta. That's what exactly this sannyasis told Mahaprabhu when he was in Kasi. Hey, young boy, young sannyasi, what are you doing chanting, dancing in the street? Study Vedanta. In order to feel that rasa, happiness. Study Vedanta. Here is the knowledge. Not in your dancing and chanting in the street. But bhakti looks very simple from outside, but it's very complex from within, because we are trying to fix our lost unearthers, our mind. We are trying to assimilate our mind in Krishna's mind. It's not that easy to... Externally, it seems very easy. Come to the temple, dance, jump, sing, Hare Krishna, 16 round, finish. But internally, we have a big fighting going on in our mind, our senses, dragging us away from our nama. We cannot put our mind into the Lord. When we chant, how many of you have experienced when we chant, so many thoughts come in our mind? Some devotee says, oh, I always have pen and paper when I chant, so that anytime good thought come, I immediately write down, and then it helps me to do my things. Is that meditation on Krishna? No, it's not easy. It's not easy to chant Hare Krishna, to put our mind in Krishna. Your senses, your mind, your ego, your soul, when they come together and chant name, it's a Param Vijayati. Then it becomes Param Vijayati, all victorious. Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Then that will make you victory. The greatest victory is what? We develop distasteful to this material world. At this moment, we have so much taste to enjoy in this material world in different ways. Even we devotees, right, in this level, we cannot claim that I have no taste for material world. No, we do have a lot of things. So Jiva Goswami is talking about when the living being give up this designation upadhis and completely feel disgusted to this material pleasure, then his priti is flourishing to Krishna. His love can only develop to Krishna. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the main problem for practicing devotees is like their faith is not strong. We do not know Krishna as tattvataha. There's a slogan, right? Kiva bipra kiva nyasi sudra kene non. Sei Krishna tattva betta. Ei Krishna tattva betta, sei Guru hai. Just like when you see water, can anybody doubt that this is water? Everybody thinks this is water. This is, you are knowing water with tattva. You are not arguing. This may not be water. No. Maybe something else. No. Clear. Completely clear. But when we come to God, what doubt we have? Does Krishna exist really? Sometimes I doubt. Because I'm doing so much chanting. I'm like practicing so many, but I'm not getting any realization. I cannot see Krishna. We have full of doubts in Krishna's name. That is the main problem. Because we have not seen Krishna as tattvataha, in reality, in actual truth, in real fact. Because of our senses, because of the mode of material nature, we are driven by different modes. Sometimes we come in the platform of Saptaguna, sometimes we become very passionate, sometimes we are very ignorant. And then sometimes we have doubt, sometimes yes, there is God, why not Krishna is there? Sometimes maybe not, why he died, like that in a young. If there is God, why? All this doubt comes because we do not have that Dhrida Nishchaya that Krishna is a supreme original personality of God. So Krishna says, cut that doubt with a sword of knowledge. Which sword? Not the metal sword or any other sword, the sword of knowledge. There was a big Pandit, very, very scholarly Pandit. He was like big Vijay Pandit, who would challenge everybody in argument, and he would be very, very victorious. And he would go in different places and challenge the scholars. Come to me and argue if you claim yourself as great devotee or scholar. In South India one time, in Srirangam, have you heard of Srirangam? Lord Ramanujacharya's place. Lord Ranganath deity is lying on the floor. Big deity, right? The same Digvijay Pandit came and challenged Sri Vaishnavas. Hey, you are worshipping deity, Vishnu? If you are great by devotees of Lord, then come and challenge, come and argue with me. Defeat me in logic, in argument. Because he was really great. He had defeated so many great people in the past. And there was one disciple of Ramanujacharya whose name was Kures, I think. He had a 5 years old son. How many years old? 5 years old. The little boy accepted the challenge. What is the problem? Don't worry. I can argue with him. Put me in front and then I'll defeat him. Nobody paid any attention to that boy's proposal that let me argue with that man. But the boy was very determined and confident that I will defeat. Don't worry. I have my Lord Ranganath. I have blessing of my seniors, my parents, my uncles, my gurus. I can do it like a little child. Have you seen a little boy, Bhakta Bhagavat? In India, he's only 4 years old. He is teaching, preaching like Srila Prabhupada. He goes to the national television channel and he says, hello. And he says, hi, hello, chodo, Hare Krishna bolo. That's what he said. Give up this hi and hellos. Only say Hare Krishna. And little boy came to that Pandit. And Pandit thought, oh, so happy that I thought there would be some challenge here because some senior aged people will come with their knowledge from the scriptures. They are very devoted to Lord Vishnu. They may have so much knowledge from the Upanishad, all these Gyanas, Vedantas and other scriptures. There may be some challenge to me, but little boy, okay, is like a peanut. I can easily defeat him. And the boy come, uncle, I would like to first ask you a question before you open the argument, these topics. All right, go ahead. And that boy grabbed a handful of sand in his hand. Like this. That Pandit was thinking, what this childish nonsense is this? What is he doing? Is he going to throw the dust to me? Oh my goodness. He says, hey, be careful, control your child. He may be. And can you count how many grains in this sand in my hand? It's not a lot, just handful. I'm not bringing like a bag of sand or like a big pot. Just a small handful. Can you count, please? How many grains are here? The Pandit was surprised. He thought, what a nonsense question it is. Who can count this sand like this? I am not asking nonsense questions. I'm just thinking that, see how many living beings in this material world, they're unlimited. There are as many grand sands as like living beings. But why you think you are very special? What makes you think you are such a great scholar? I could not understand why you think you are such a big Vijay Pandit, all victorious Pandit. That Brahmana felt defeated himself and he left the place. Became humble. The child, even though he was 5 years, he was a great devotee and he had the logic. This is just exactly taken from the scripture. Just like Jiva Goswami, I was talking earlier. In Priti Sandarbha, he was talking about the living entities. They are unlimited, just like sand grains. So when we give up these upadhis and do the devotion, then the real smells come out from the devotee's body. What is that smell? The humility, selflessness, a humble service attitude. Adambitva, this absence of aham, ahankar, ego, and then surrendering. These smells comes out because all these good qualities belong to who? Who all these good qualities belong to? Krishna. And when devotee practice devotional service, they get the same qualities of Krishna. In Krishna says Bhagavad Gita 7.9. Let me open the book. It's a Kali Yuga brain. Without something we see, we cannot remember. It's a Kali Yuga brain. Krishna says very important thing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Punyogandha pratibhyam cha tejaschas asmi vasau. Jivanam sarva bhutesu tapaschasmi tapassuisu. Punyogandha. Gandha means what? Fragrance, right? Gandha. Ime gandhi, when we offer items to the Lord, we also offer massage the Lord with this attar, this natural oil, this gandha, fragrance. Punyo means that does not decay, decompose, the original fragrance. He said, I am the original fragrance of the earth. Actually, the flower that have fragrance, that is not their qualities. They get that specific fragrance from Mother Earth. You understand? When you smell a flower, when you feel that smell, then it reminds you Krishna. Don't think that, wow, very nice, I love it. Oh, wow. No. That is enjoyment, sense enjoyment. Wow, Krishna has installed this smell on the earth, and this flower, Krishna give capacity to this flower to pick that particular fragrance. And you are saying something, Prabhu? So anything we feel, that this is how the flowers or any plant, they have the smells coming out from the earth, and Krishna is that particular specific beautiful fragrance. And the devotees, when they practice devotional service, they develop same kind of fragrance in their body, the fragrance of all the good qualities. Smelly, wow, attractive. That was the reason Prabhupada was so much loved by all these people, because they could smell that qualities in Prabhupada. He could see only Krishna in everywhere. He would not see, oh, this is drunkard man, this is a hippie, this is not qualified at all, this guy never takes hour, no, I don't love him. No, he could see Krishna in everyone's heart, and he just fanned that spark. And as soon as that spark was uncovered by the dust and illusion and covering things, then shine like pure devotees. This is how Krishna conscious movement expanded all over the world. So when we realize ourselves that when we advance in spiritual life and we start thinking I am something special, just like I told earlier, then we will be soon covered by Maya again. Even somebody is Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means what? If you are material body, but you are liberated, because your concept is very clear that I am spirit soul, I have nothing to do in this material world, I do not have any taste to enjoy in spirit, so I am completely liberated. That's a Jivan Mukta. Thousands of Jivan Muktas hardly become a nice pure devotees. The position of devotee is even higher than the Jivan Muktas. So Jivan Mukta can fall down. Attaining that highest position, because of the covering potency of Maya, we might fall down to this material world. So when we maintain that upadhi within ourselves, that's why Goswami says, Sarva upadhi binirmaktva tat parattvena nirmalam. Nirmalam means free of all mal, impurities. Amala means without impurities. Nirmala means pure, absence of impurities. Rishikena Rishikesa. How we serve not physical thing, not this, not that. How we serve Rishikena with your senses. Sometimes when people come to the temple, they bring some piece of banana and maybe a bag of rice, or sometimes black lentil. Their family guru says, take and donate some black lentil to the temple and your karma will be out. That is not a bhakti. That is just a business, like, okay, I am clearing my karma and I want something from God. So devotees are not looking after Krishna's blessing. Oh, very striking statement. We are not looking after Krishna's blessing. Asking Krishna's blessing and asking Krishna himself is two different things. If you see Mahabharata, and Krishna was offering his blessing and himself to Arjuna, Pandavas, and Kauravas. His military force, his weapons, all are his blessing, right? These are all his paraphernalia are Krishna's blessing. And then on the other hand, I am myself. So Arjuna was very intelligent, is very devotee. I do not want Krishna's blessing. I want Krishna himself in my life. So this is what devotees ask. They do not look for Krishna's blessing, but they are looking for Krishna himself in their life. And when we ask blessing, we get blessing, but we do not get Krishna. That is exactly Krishna chastised Arjuna. Arjuna wanted to become Krishna's devotee. I want to go away, meditate, think about you, but no, you become my parsad. Krita Punya Punja, Prabhupada quoted many times from Srimad Bhagavatam. What did this little young boy who got Krishna as their friend, what did they do? What kind of punya they did in the past? But all these yogi, dhyani, gyanis, they meditate Krishna through their meditation, thousands of years. All the other people meditate Krishna in so many ways. But what about these boys? What did they do? They got Krishna as their personal friend. They kick him, they steal his tiffin, they chastise him, they call him bad name, they complain to his mother. Sutta Sukadev Goswamis, what did they do? What punya they did? Because they are such a close friend of Parsa. Wherever Krishna goes, they go. That is the position of devotees. And when upadhis are gone, when we write, sometimes devotees say, oh, when the devotee gave some interview, I'm doctor, such and such, yes, I am coming from very rich family, yeah, of course, yes. Oh, I was great. I always we see that I, and then there is no Krishna, as Krishna is no place for Krishna. When we, that kind of pride smelling is very not attractive, it's like distractive. When same thing happened, Bhismadev, even though he was fighting in the opponent party, when he was in a deathbed, after 8 seconds, he would go in coma because of the pain. The arrows, right? But he says, my Lord, I am constantly remembering you in my mind in that situation. And he says, I could stop the war, I could defeat the war with my strength, but then I would not serving you if I had done that. So even being in opposite party, Bhismadev was serving Krishna's desire, because your purpose would not be fulfilled if I had ended this war. This is the position of devotee. So Krishna personally come to see Bhismadev at the end of his life. He might have said, Bhismadev, you are fighting us, you are shooting arrows at me. I don't care for you. No, that was, the internal thing was different. So when we practice devotional service, giving up all these false ideas, false upadhis, and sincerely chanting holy name, then we should have that realization in our heart. Anubhuti, Atma Sakshatkar, self-realization. Then we know Krishna tattvata, without any doubt. At the moment, we have so many doubt on Krishna. And one who sees Krishna tattvata, then he is a real guru. There are many, many gurus in this planet, fake gurus, they claim themselves as great and they remove Krishna from, knowing Krishna is far away, they even exclude Krishna from their discussion. So Sukadeva Goswami says in another part in 11th canto that Enakena Prakarena, you have tried to establish your relationship with Krishna, even in enmity. Like gopis, they were looking Krishna in a kamya atma, like in a prem way, loving way. And other were taking Krishna as a friendship. Edus, they were like family member, like we are in devotees. Even Kamsa, Ravana, they were also they were always thinking about Krishna in a negative way. But all of them got liberation. But King Bena, he completely avoided Krishna. He says, stop worshipping. And there is no way that you can get Krishna's blessing when you become like King Bena. Bena was Nastic. He was a Nastic. No need, I am Vishnu. Don't worry about Krishna, I am the king, I supply everything to you. So in this situation, Sukadeva Goswami says, there is no way that you can receive Krishna's blessing. But Kamsa can get because he was thinking of Krishna, even though it was negative. But King Bena was saying, telling everybody to forget about Krishna. Then you have no way to receive Krishna's blessing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Can we chant together one time for the betterment of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj? Devotees, they are always with Krishna. Even if they live here, they go back home. They are always with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But there is no need of our prayer because Krishna knows. If he wants to keep him or take him, that is up to Krishna. Our prayer doesn't make anything, but we still do it. Jai Shri Gaura, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any question, any comment? Any? Okay, Prabhuji. Ram Nam.
I believe you clarified this several times, but just for reiteration here, saying that we're not special because that leads to the false ego, but at the same time, we're still part and participle of Krishna.
We are special, but if we start thinking ourselves, I am special, and that might cover our intelligence. That is the thing. If I say, I am Prabhuji, you're great, then yeah, you should take it. Okay, Krishna inspire you to talk like this. This is all my credit goes to my Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, the devotees. We pass it on. But if you keep it yourself and start thinking, and then, wow, really? Yes, I am. Then that's a problem. Chandrika Devi.
As we
Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam. Haribo.
as we give up sense gratification and we're doing that, does the Paramatma get stronger or more visible to us as that happens? So that helps us to confirm that giving up sense gratification is a good thing, because then we become closer to Krishna through Paramatma.
Definitely he inspired us. He inspired in both ways. Krishna inspired, always says not to do it, but we do. We choose it to do it. But when we realize that Krishna as a tattvataha and then see that he is within ourselves, and we study the scriptures, and our realization are, when we read the scripture, what we realize are found in the scriptures, that nourishes your faith. And then when you start developing that way, then Krishna will immediately write with you. Yamam pasyati sarvatra, sarvatra mai pasyati. Then you start seeing everywhere Krishna only. Nava Yogendras are also teaching the same thing. The Uttama Adhikaris in 11th canto Bhagavatam. Bhagavat Atma Maya, they will see the presence of Supreme Lord in everyone. They do not discriminate. Oh, Mary is not devotee, so I don't like Mary. No, she is a pure part and parcel of Krishna. You see the presence of Krishna in everybody. I am just taking you as an example. You are loved by Krishna very much. Your happiness is Krishna. That's what presence of Krishna in your body. All right. Anything else? Hare Krishna. That you have?
Well, I sort of do. Okay. We kind of have a question about her question.
Oh.
And then because I knew, I think what you're asking is by following all the precepts here, does it make you stronger? Is that kind of what you're asking?
Well, when you let go your senses, your ego, my own sense,
Yeah.
the difference between Savi Krishna
Actually, the senses that we have
And
now,
then it gives you strength.
we do not get rid of them. They become purified. They are dovetailed in the service of God. And the same senses that you have will be directed towards Krishna. They do not look for something else. So just purifying things.
So as a new person, what I see is you guys have a lot of power. It makes me cry. You know, I mean, I just see a lot of strength, a lot of power in you guys. And it is really amazing. So whatever you're doing does raise you.
Mataji, we can discuss, but we need to
It
conclude
so
the
much,
class.
you know, it holds power.
Oh, you have a question. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kirtan Yaswar Prabhu has a question.
It was a great class. I was
Yeah.
Really?
You're mentioning how devotees aren't asking for Krishna's blessings, which I talked about that on Thursday night.
You did?
Yeah. And like yesterday's Bhagavatam class, I was talking about that. It's kind of been my strain of realization lately. But I was wondering if you can speak a little more about that, because we're asking Krishna even for his blessings. We just want to love Krishna.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if you can just talk a little more about that.
That is the goal. That is the whole idea about Krishna consciousness, that we are looking for Krishna, not his blessing. His blessing is for those who are poor in this, struggling in the material world. And Krishna is trying to give them Vedas, all this knowledge, do this, follow that. Okay, these rules and regulations. When a pure devotee comes, all this knowledge in the Vedas looks very pale. What is the big deal about following Krishna? This is our original master. Just like in the beginning stage, Guru says, chant 16 rounds. For pure devotees, Ragananga Bhakta. What is the problem of chanting 16 rounds? It's naturally you chant. What else you do other than chanting? These rules are for us, to train us. Prabhupada says it's training. Krishna consciousness is a training. So when you realize that Krishna, oh wow, even though I'm not asking anything, Krishna is still supplying all the thing to me. What is my point of asking daily bread? Such a lowest kind of worship. That's why we are looking for Krishna himself, the Krishna consciousness.
I grew and told me, he said, I never asked Krishna for anything except for the ability to do my service.
No, you know, when we do ask in the beginning, but when we realize this fact, we feel very ashamed. I'm sorry, Krishna. We feel so bad. What a lower mentality we have? Like we're asking some person, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me. What blessing you need? Being very. The Duryodhana invited Krishna with a big feast. Krishna, Duryodhana has no love for him. He left that feast. But he went to Vidura, and his wife did not know what to do. The guest come, and she was peeling the banana and then putting the substance here and giving the peel to Krishna. Krishna was eating with great satisfaction. So we need to cry for God. That Nayanam Galadas Rudaraya Vadanam Gadagada Rudaya Gira Pulakarichidam Papugadattava Nam Grahane Bhavisyati. Then only when we cry, then only we will be able to chant Krishna's name one day. That was the teaching of Radharani. Who Radharani? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? She is Radharani. That is how she is looking for Krishna. Hey, my God, make me cry. But my heart is very stone heart. It's so much lost, anger, desire, excessive. It's blocking. And I'm just looking Krishna's external, some very insignificant blessings. Bless me, bless me, bless me. Yes. Krishna. Hopefully one day we all feel the same. Like Jiva Goswami was saying, what is the pride that you feel? What is a special thing you have? Even though you are special, no doubt, but why you feel so? Hare Krishna. Jai Ho. Govindam Gopal. Adi Purusha. Tamam.